I find a very common question is, what is the best breastfeeding pillow? Do I need a breastfeeding pillow? So I'm going to try and answer that, let you know how best to use one and try and figure out if you actually need one, or maybe something else is a better alternative. So starting with the basics, basically, whatever position you're breastfeeding in, you might be doing a rugby hold, something like cross cradle, this one's sometimes called cradle, or something more laid back, like a kind of koala position or something. Ideally, you want your baby to approach your breast, wherever your breast naturally lies. And although we'd all like to imagine that's like this, chances are might be like slightly down, slightly out. And really, the most comfortable thing to do is going to be to have your baby more or less approaching the breast where it is. Sometimes you end up kind of shaping and controlling a bit to get the baby on. But after that, you'd want to be able to bring your baby and your breast to wherever they kind of naturally lie. Ideally to wrap your two shoulders around, literally, wrap your two arms around. Sometimes you have to literally like consciously relax your shoulders. If it suits you from, I don't know if you might have had a C-section or an episiotomy or something, but maybe it suits you to lean back a bit once you've got your baby on. And that would hopefully be the most comfortable option. And you need then something that's going to prop that gap. So I have here a few options. Oh, excuse, this one's got noisy packaging. To some extent, this one is many of the things I don't like about breastfeeding pillows. And I'll tell you why. It's called My Breast Friend, by the way. My Breast Friend. I guess I think they're being funny. It's got like, it's quite over-engineered. It's got this clippy bit where you attach it to your waist. It is literally like putting your baby on a shelf. It's slightly curved. Little pocket here. I guess that's for like dummies or silver cups or something. And basically you attach it to your body, and then this is the dangerous thing that people do wrong with breastfeeding pillows frequently, to just kind of lay the baby more or less on their back, or maybe even facing you, and treat it kind of like a shelf. Often ends up with a baby with their tummy facing the ceiling and their head facing you, or a bit contorted. So for instance, for my body shape, this one might more or less work. It's maybe a bit low and it's very stiff. But the perfect way to make it work for you could be to have it on, ignore the breastfeeding pillow, get yourself comfy. Once your baby's in a drinking rhythm, maybe wrap your arm around, try and consciously lean back. And you might find then that it suits you if you, let's get something, jam more pillows underneath it, for instance, to make sure that your elbows are comfy. Or if you were going to do other positions, or depending what suits you, for instance, if you're in a laid back position like this one, put your bum away, doodles, you might find that actually something like this, completely the other way around, propping your elbow is the most comfortable thing. And for that reason, you might actually find that you don't need a breastfeeding pillow. There's other options here. For instance, I've got one of our bigger bath towels and wrapped it in a cylinder with some rubber bands. And sometimes, if you're feeding, for instance, if you're feeding in the rugby hold and you wanted your baby to kind of lay on their back and come up towards your breast, you might find something like that down the side is actually the perfect item to help you get comfortable. There's another one here that I'm a really big fan of. I'll show you. This is the BB Hug Me, and it's really squishy. It's basically made out of beanbag fabric, which is quite unusual for a breastfeeding pillow. And you can slide these bits out to make it lower, or in to make it like, I mean, it can go, let's do an example. It can go, for instance, much fatter like that, which is actually super handy because you're trying to fill the gap between where your nipple naturally lies and your lap, which is hugely varied on different mothers. This one's also really good if you have, I hope it doesn't happen to you, but if you end up with a baby who's in a Pavlik harness or has a broken limb or anything, this one's like an amazing tool for squidging into different shapes. And you could do something like this with it, for instance, around the side, or if you're doing laid back, you can really jam it in there and get it comfy all the way around for exactly what position suits you for where you happen to have your bicep up by your baby's ear. So there's loads of options for that one. I really like that one. And some people just get comfy with a pile of pillows or cushions from their own home, or whatever they've already got. You just got to find the things that suit you. You might use them sitting up. You might like to lean back like this. Potentially you've got a footstool that suits you, or to lounge on your sofa or something. Whatever you're doing when you're breastfeeding, it's very, very common, especially if latching is painful, to do this kind of thing where you do a very controlled latch and you help the baby on, but then you find yourself going, they're doing it, they're feeding, everybody freeze, and you're like literally jammed in the same position, holding awkwardly. So once your baby's gone through that first sucking phase and started their drinking rhythm, then you can probably faff around with confidence. So they probably won't lose their latch after that. So don't be afraid to like let your baby and your breast drop to wherever they naturally lie. Wrap around. You might have to deliberately think it through and like loosen your jaw, roll back your shoulders, whatever it takes. Make sure that your legs are straight, or you're not like contorted. Sometimes mums end up like this. Always double check yourself. And the key with pillows is to find the thing that's just the right height for you to support like the back of your hand or your shoulder. And just find the thing that's the right height for you and jam it in there after you've got the latch. Good luck to you. Just message me if you have any questions. Let me know if that was helpful.